Hey guys, today's Lost Sector's K1 Revelations on the Moon. Just dropping leg armor today. There are 3 unstoppables and 3 barriers in the Lost Sector today. I was able to do it 3 minutes and 39 seconds, although there is a good amount of time that could be cut off, maybe about 10 to 20 seconds. Overall with this build, it is kind of a weird one. The first kill must come from Baby Hammer, and then from then on, you can just use your normal melee. Due to one of the aspects that I have, it makes our normal melee an empowered melee. So even without using the hammer, it counts as an empowered solar melee, creating sunspots as well as charging Roar of Flame and keeping it active. I would suggest using the Syntheseps with this build, as you just saw there. The Acolytes did not die in one punch due to not being surrounded with the Syntheseps bonus. Be careful with these unstops, they just spawn in front of you. Keep an eye on that bottom left corner. The champion has appeared. I was killed by them a few times. As long as you're observant though, the unstops are not a problem. The thing that spawns the unstops is killing that knight and a couple of his acolyte friends. Right there I see it spawned in, so I turned around and looked at both of his random spawn locations. This build also has the potential to create solar ignitions if you punch the same target enough times, but I think it's about 5 punches, which is way too many to stun the unstoppable with. There you go, champion is spawned. Couldn't find him at first. I forgot to get this crystal back here in the back, which is where that time cut I was talking about earlier come from. This is another one of those bosses where I would suggest just killing the boss and then killing the barrier during the boss fight. I leave him about 1 HP, but I just go start killing the barrier because I'm going to pop my super for the barrier, which I will use to clean up the rest of the boss. Thanks to Radiant, I can kind of snipe that shield off and then pop my super and clean up the rest of the room. Overall, it took me about 3 minutes and 39 seconds, but I definitely think it could be done in about 3 minutes and 15 at most. That's all there is to it, guys. Happy farming. Alright, I'm going to be doing a real quick build review since I haven't seen this build on YouTube. We're going to be going with Towering Barricade and Catapult Lift. You can, these are interchangeable. Throwing Hammer, you have to get the first kill with the Throwing Hammer. Healing Nades for some added safety. You could use whatever grenade you want though. Soul Invictus for the sunspots. Roaring Flames for the Roaring Flames damage bonus. Ember of Torches to make us radiant for anti-barrier. Ember of Searing, killing a scorched target grants a fire spite. Ember of Mercy, collecting a fire sprite gives us restoration. It's another way to get restoration aside from healing grenades. And Ember of Solace, radiant and restoration effects have increased duration. And for the weapons, I have an auto rifle for anti-barrier. It's not super useful since we're always anti-radiant. Any shotgun with 1-2 punch with a major spec. Leviathan's Breath because it's a workhorse and does a ton of damage. The artifact mods, the only one we need is authorized mods melee. Moving on to the armor, Syntheseps to get that increased surrounded damage with 2 heavy-handed mods for big orbs. These are going to be used to supply emergency reinforcement with 2 hands-on mods to get our super back faster.